Hey, what's up everyone? I hope you're all having a wonderful day or night, but for now, let's get into the video.
Men are very simple creatures, and most problems that you have with men can be solved with these two things. One, if you are mad at your man or your man is mad at you, you drive to the store after an argument, you buy 2 steaks. You come back from the store and you present your man with these steaks. Okay? Your man will be happy because, ooh, steak, meat. Men love meat. Okay? And they love making steaks. So if you present your man with these meats, with this steak, they will make the steak. They will be happy that they made the steak, and you get alone time to decompress while driving to the store, back from the store, and while they make the steak. And at the end of this, you have a steak, and now the problem is probably solved. 2, if you were ever losing an argument with your man, just take your top off. Swear to God that man will forget about what you're arguing about. It's like a little off switch. They'll just be, passionately debating you, arguing with you, and you just take your top off, and it's like,
Alright, so basically back to point one. Ooh, mate, but why would you take your top off when you're losing the argument and not also when you're winning one? Since I care about you ladies so much, I'm gonna teach you a few words you've never knew existed. When you are in an argument with your man, just say this: you are right and I'm sorry. And sure, it's gonna bruise your ego a little bit, but it might save you that trip to the store to buy, oh, meat.
Yeah, there's also this big trend of people moving back in with parents. People aged 20 to 34, 15% of women live with their parents, whether they've moved back or whether they didn't leave, and 23% of men. And you have to think, like, in that age group, when you're dating and you're finding your career, you're coming into being an adult, to be financially like beholden to the market of property. Psychologically, I wonder if it stunts us.
Well, what doesn't? And the study was performed on people 15 to 34, not 20 to 34. There is this stigma today that if you live with your parents in your 20s, you're somehow a failure. Like paying thousands of dollars a month to live in a shoebox is somehow better than saving those money for whatever you decide to do with it later on. This lady is not the best example, but it's good enough.
I'm 35 years old. I'm sleeping on a mattress on the floor at my friend's place because it's impossible to get a rental or it's way too expensive. And my only options are sleep in my car, sleep on the floor at my friend's house, or try and find a room in a share house if I can afford it, if there's any available. Knowing my luck, I'll end up with some weirdos. How are those my only options? How are those the only options of many Australians right now? Before anyone says, you're 35, why don't you own a house? I did own a house in my 20s. I owned a house with my ex for 6 years. We bought at a good time in 2012. Then we split. He paid me out. It wasn't enough to then go and buy another property. So I think I'm just going to have to start applying for rentals, like 1-bedroom apartments. I don't mind living in a tiny 1-bedroom apartment. But having to pay $500 a week is... I earn an average wage, but I can't afford that.
I'm not going to comment on how expensive rent is or what the average salary is in Australia. That's for people who live there. And yes, I know that every family is different. For some people, moving back in with their parents is really not an option. But if that is an option, for me, that is a better option than sleeping on the floor at your friend's house. Because even though everyone would want it to happen, rent prices are not going to go down and the average salary is not going to be increased by that much. It should, I know, but it probably won't.
So I'm 31. Actually, I'm 30. I'm going to be 31 in 2 weeks, but almost there anyways. And I'm still single and never been married, no kids. And I do want all of those things, but I feel like it's not talked about enough. Kind of like the weird period when you're in your late 20s, early 30s, and pretty much everyone you know is married with kids, and they're pretty much like settled in life, or so it seems, and you just feel like you are completely at a different stage. And it's like you want those things, but I also don't want to settle, and I don't want to just find the first person that's like willing to get married and have kids just to say that I did that. I'm wanting to wait and, wait for the person that can give me what I need and what I deserve.
Well, that makes it a lot easier. Bye-bye.
Like, I'm fine if I'm single for the rest of my life, and I'm fine if I don't have kids. But then other times I think about it and it's like, I'm gonna be 31 in 2 weeks, and The biological clock is a real thing, and
It's ticking. And in 10 years' time, sure, you might look back and say, hey, I'm still happier being single. No man, no kids, I love my life. But what if you don't? What if you wake up one day and think to yourself, I could have had all that by now, but I thought I deserved stuff for just existing?
The way a guy can tell if he's jacked or not is if his comments are full of men or women. If your comments are full of women, first of all, you're slow. Second of all, you're probably small because women don't really like super jacked guys. Obviously, there are exceptions to this rule, myself. But if his comments are full of other men, enormous, hugely jacked, crazy muscles.
How would you look at that? I must be super jacked because I have all of you guys in the comments. Oh wait, I don't have too many women though. Ah, damn it, come on ladies, you need to step up your game and leave comments so I don't have to hit the gym.
All my beautiful ladies, men are begging us to dress more modest at the gym. And honestly, I hear them. I really do. And I think I found a solution for all of us. We take these men, we place them in a facility all together, distraction free, okay? They can work out inside, they can work out outside. You know, I think they have something like this already actually. And the people who work there, very modest uniforms, wouldn't be an issue for them. And if they get worked up over what their homeboy on the yard is wearing or something like that, they get locked up at the end of the night so that they don't even have to worry about it anymore. It's a win-win to me. Now, we would still be left with the women at the gym that can't stand to see other women dressing how they want or like looking good without male validation, but we will find a place for them too. Just give me some time.
Well, why don't you put them in the same facilities you would put men? Aren't you the same lunatics who always cry equality?
I think there's been some miscommunication. I don't think this is the sports bra and shorts combo that people are having an issue with. Amazing body, but I think this is the combo people are struggling with. You know, this right here, this combo. I think this is what's making people uncomfortable.
Well, yeah, pretty much, but just know that the previous lady hates you and she would want to put you in a jail cell just because you have a different opinion which she disagrees with.
The stigma that single mums still get is something I just cannot fathom. We are single-handedly running busy households. We're doing the cooking, the cleaning, the washing, the gardening, the DIY. We are supporting multiple small humans emotionally, physically, financially, whilst for the most part carrying the responsibility of raising them into being decent human beings. And we do all that whilst working full-time and building a successful career. For a lot of us, we were doing all of that before we were even given the official title of single mum. Still people like yourself that delude themselves into actually believing that for some reason single mums are somehow worth less. Are you mad?
Sure, why not? Even though about 80% of the worst people were raised by a single mother, do you think you deserve a cookie? In a lot of the cases, you're not raising decent human beings, because you cannot replace the father in the home, and having one is just as important as you are in raising decent human beings. And sure, of course, you are cooking, cleaning, and blah blah blah. But at the same time, those are the things you were complaining while you were married. So no, you don't get a cookie for that either. And if you do all that or don't, I really don't care because it doesn't affect me one bit. But you are talking about dating, and do you think you're entitled in finding a good man just because you raise your kids? Ah, well, would you look at that, I'm all out of cookies.
This is why I feel like dating as a single mom is harder than dating as a regular 24-year-old, okay? And this is why I'm going to tell you. Aside from the kids, I think that the hardest thing about dating as a single mom is that when you're dating someone, you're competing with other 24-year-olds who have not have children. They do not have stretch marks. They have perfect little tight little abs, and I'm over here with, you know, my diastasis recti in my abdomen, okay? On top of that, I've lost a lot of weight, but it's not like super firm. It's like jiggly, okay? Right? And then on top of that, after you're done breastfeeding, at 24 years old, dating, I'm competing with girls who have firm C cups. I have a saggy B. At best. At best. Okay, guys? So, I'm competing with girls who are so attractive. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. If anyone could give me any confidence boost, that would be great.
A lot of people, and by that I mean women, did do that. They hurried to her comment section saying, yes, queen, you deserve stuff just because, I don't know, you had a kid. Like for example, this lady. Having a child doesn't make you any less valuable. These comments are whack. You have more strength than every negative person on here. You deserve to be cherished, best believe it. You already guessed that she had a lot of men in her comment section saying, I don't want to take on the responsibility of raising someone else's kid. Funny enough, not a single man commented on the saggy or the stretch marks or whatever else you're was complaining. Needless to say, some other queens started commenting on those men, and they also decided to share reasons on why men should absolutely date them. And this here is the best argument that you can ever make. We always have snacks and we don't play games.
I'll never forget, I started talking to a guy and I said something about my dad. I said, "Oh, my dad loves that." And he said, "What is your dad's name?" You guys, this was like 10 years ago and I've never forgotten it because I thought that that was such a sweet, sincere follow-up question. I am so confused by the men in the comments in that last video being like, "We don't want to pry." What do you mean pry? That's the art of a normal conversation. I am so confused. It is so easy for me, at least. I'm curious. I'm a curious person. I fear some of these people lack curiosity, make men curious again.
They are if they care enough to get to know you better. It's kind of hard for me to believe that in 10 years not a single guy asked you a question.
You know what I realised? Like, when I'm dating, the most attractive thing is when a guy asks questions, wants to know about you, he's interested, and when guys aren't doing that, I've always kind of brushed it off as like, oh, it's fine. Like, they probably just don't realise they've not said anything or asked me anything. Until the penny's just dropped, guys. And I've done that on the flip side. Like, I'm the one who's not asking questions. And I've realised this because it's people that I'm not really interested in. I'm kind of just talking to just for the sake of like trying something new or getting to know people just because.
Okay, these are some things that I think that men should do for their women or partner. If you were in a relationship and you're a man, these are some things that you should be doing. Number one, opening doors. It's really not that hard. It's really not that hard. Why are you opening a door and going in first? No, thank you. Absolutely not. Number two, reach for the bill every time. I'm not saying you have to pay every time, but you should be reaching for the bill every time as if you're going to pay up every time.
Oh, wait, so I should reach for the bill and then hand it over to you? In your head, that really made sense.
Buy your girl flowers. I'm not talking about all the time, but if you were in a relationship and you haven't gotten your girl flowers yet, literally get out. You're not worthy of her. Doing things without us asking you to do them. Do the laundry, clean the bathrooms, wash the sheets, do the dishes. We do that all the time without you having to ask us or tell us. So maybe you try doing it for once. If you were walking down the street with your girl and you are not on the outside, the closest to the street, get out. You better be on the outside.
Oh, I'm out for a while now. Let me show you what convinced me at least.
Do you know what I'm tired of? What I'm really, really tired of? I'm so over it. Really grinds my gears. I can't. No more. Men on dating apps. Yeah, that's it. Just men on dating apps.
Or just men in general. And yeah, sure, I mean, hey, fail, that's just one woman, right?
What's something women don't admit, but absolutely all do?
Probably hate men. Come on, girls. It's okay.
I'm sure we can change it for something more age appropriate, I guess.
What does a 48-year-old single woman do when she has got her kids and they've gone to school? Well, since we've been up at 5 a.m, I'm a little bit tired, about to head for the gym, and realised I'd forgotten something quite important in my attire. So, can you see? Or should I stand up? I think I'm getting forgetful. I might go for a power nap.
Yeah, you do that. Let's start with this. 48, single, and the woman you wish you'd wife. Oh wow, where have you been all my life? Because I keep hearing, especially on TikTok, women's worth and value and all that. And then I realized the same 48 single woman that I wished I wife comes with an entire worth of $3.60 for 31 days. And I have no problem with that, of course, because I would love me a strong independent woman. But if coffee shops would sell coffees for $3.60, they'll run out of business.
Sarcasm is a red flag.
And the people who don't like or understand sarcasm are some of the most intelligent, well-adjusted people I hope to run into at a store and make small talk with.
I don't think you will, because they're rare, those people. But if you do meet one, let me know. But anyway, this is gonna be it for today. As always, I do hope you enjoyed it. If you didn't, I still appreciate you for making it this far. Thank you all so much for watching. Stay safe, and I will see you in the next one.